It reads as follows. It said, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standing in the way of the sinners, nor sitting in the seat of the scornful. 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law does he meditate day and night. 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he does shall prosper. 4. The ungodly are not so, but are like the sheep which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Praise the Lord. Verse something. Now we're going to dissect this and break it down to understand it. Because a lot of times people run with the scriptures and ain't took time to do like Paul told Timothy. Paul told Timothy, he said, study to show thyself approved, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly to divine in the word of truth. That's why a lot of folks get angry when they hear the truth. Because, you know, I understand that, because they telling folks something, now they realize, hey, you trying to tell me I've been telling folks wrong all these years. And we don't like to know that we've been wrong. It bothers us, because I was saying something wrong, and when I found out I was wrong, it bothers me. It bothers me real strong. Praise the Lord. So I can understand that, amen. Yes, you're not supposed to go here. See, first of all, I want to deal with the error that is going on amongst the churches nowadays. See, there's a lot of error. Now, what I mean by error, it ain't nothing that wrong. I'll say like, I heard one say that they use the word, say that's a title. Say that's a title. Like God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. They say that's a title. Like we use the word Lord, say that's a title. And said when we use the word God, that's a title. And said we supposed to call God by his name. So I can't argue with that. But what is God's name? What is God's name? The next thing is, who named God? Who named him? Praise the Lord. Who named him? See, there are some questions that need to be answered. I was talking to a brother one time, and they were trying to tell me something. And I told him, I said, God ain't like us. And I couldn't get through to him for nothing in the world. So I just gave up. And I asked him, I said, if God like us, I said, God don't need food. He said, he does. I said, well, what do he eat? He said, he eat angel food. And I said, well, where did God get the angel food from? Let us all agree. Ain't you all ready to hear that God created everything? All right. Before God created something to eat, what would he eat? That's right. He couldn't have been eating nothing because there wasn't nothing to eat. The Bible said God created everything, both in heaven and earth. Before God created, see, God don't need food to sustain. We need food to be sustained. But I couldn't get them to understand that. And you know, that's why a lot of folks, I'm getting to the word, but I'm trying to show how we think in the error of our ways sometimes. The Bible says, show my people the error of their way. Mr. Robert, he passed on with the Lord now. He thought God needed food. So then, I said that one day, he looked some puzzled, because he had to believe that God needed a meal. The Bible said, and y'all read the Bible said God needed sleep no slumber. God don't get tired. And he don't need, the Bible said God don't need no sleep and he don't slumber. We need sleeping time. See, now what I'm trying to say is, that's why it's hard for us to have trust in God, because we see God as a man. The Bible says God is not a man, nor is he son of a man. God is not limited by our physical limitation. God don't have these type of limitations and barriers. That's why I don't have no trouble trusting in God, because I don't see God as a man. See, when you call on a man, he got to get there. When you call on God, he ain't got to get there, he already there. Don't the Bible say God is everywhere? God is everywhere, so you ain't got to wait on him. He already there. And I heard a preacher say this one time on the radio.
Come on, please.
A pastor lady, she said, God ain't never moved out of this spot. It sounds a little crazy, but then I thought about it. If God is if you already everywhere, why are you going to move to go to Cleveland when the Bible says you already there? The Bible said God, they got a word for it. They invented a word. They say omniscient or omnipresent. God is everywhere at the same time. God ain't got to move there. He's already there. Now, we might have a little hard time understanding that, but the Bible said we going to accept the word with childlike faith. We gonna get there, but what is childlike faith?
Yeah.
Be quiet for the answer. We thank you for the enthusiasm. Praise the Lord. Now, childlike faith. My mother told me he was a Santa Claus. You know I believed it then. You know I believed there was an old white man with a beard with a red suit breaking into our house leaving them toys. Child got big enough to realize there's not a cellar-aged white man, a grandfather white man breaking into our house leaving them toys. My mom and dad believed them toys. But before then, they told me that it was there, and and I believed it. I didn't ask for no proof or nothing. So, now listen to me what I'm saying now. I ain't saying listen to the man. I'm saying what the word. I'm saying listen to what the word. Accept the word with childlike faith. Not the man, not even me. But accept the word with childlike faith. You see what I'm saying? Accept the word as it's written in the Bible with childlike faith. In other words, just like when my mama said, well, Santa Claus believed it. If the Bible said God is everywhere and don't sleep, accept the word. You just accept it like a child would accept it. Childlike faith. That's what he was talking about. Have that childlike faith. In other words, we believe it because the Bible said it. Now when it comes down to men, Paul said, what? Be men. When you deal with men, be as men. Deal with a man on the level of a man. The Bible said, don't trust no man. Don't put it. The Bible said, trust no man, because man will deceive you. We both be always. The Bible said, be innocent as a dove, but wise as a serpent. When you're dealing with us. When you're dealing with us, that's where we're supposed to be. But when it comes to God's word, we drop all that defense and become as a child with childlike faith, believing the word. Amen. So that's what it's all about. When it comes to the word, they have that childlike faith. And that's what I got. In other words, if the Bible said, that's it. No debate. Well, we got folks debating the word, but there's no debate. If God said. Now, the problem come in sometimes. Not to understand, the Bible is written in simplicity. The Bible is written, I'm saying like my father said. He said the Bible is so plain that a blind man won't stumble and a fool won't err. The Bible says it's written in simplicity. See, the Bible is written in a way so that we ain't got to be real smart to understand it. It's written simple. But that simplicity what messes us up sometimes. That's like this scripture right here. It's really simple. It is saying, blessed is the man that walking not in the counsel of the ungodly. Simplicity. But yet, let's look at it from a mature Christian mind, such as myself. I like to call myself a mature Christian. Now, let's read that first verse. Let's examine it real close. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor sitteth in the way of the sinners. Nor standeth in the way of the sinners. Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. So I'm going to start with the question. It said, don't walk in the counsel of ungodly men. Well, who counsel are we to walk in then? If we ain't walk in the counsel of men, who counsel we going to walk in? That's right. We walk in the counsel of God. Now, let's look at it this way. Blessed is the man that walketh in the counsel of God. That sort of drive the point home, don't it? Okay? I'm going to read it in a way that we might can grasp it. Not change the word because the Bible says we're going to change the word. I'm just doing this and the Bible said make it plain. I'm trying to make it plain. God told the prophet, he said write the vision down and make it plain. We going to make the word plain. So I'm following the instruction of the teaching of the Bible trying to make the word plain. So, and what I'm going to do now is only trying to make the word plain. Blessed is the man that walketh in the counsel of God. And I'm going to skip to the third verse. And the man that walketh in the counsel of God, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Why? Because he walking in the counsel of God. And the Bible says, since he walking in the counsel of God, whatever he does is going to prosper. Don't you know that God leads you to do a thing you can't help but prosper? If God tells you to do something, you can't help but prosper. God said, I'm going to see to it that my word come to pass. And you know, a lot of folks take this scripture and begin to walk in their own counsel, and it don't work, and then they go to wonder, God, your word failed me. Because your word said everything I do go to prosper. No, is you walking in the counsel of God? Did God tell you to do that? Or did you tell yourself or somebody else told you that? Who told you to do that thing? That's right. So it's now. Listen to me good now. That don't mean you're gonna fail because somebody said, "Well, you know, I believe that you overly stood up and do that." It might do that, but still, we need to because there's a lot of saints now. We do things and it don't work, and then the devil come along and say, "Well, see, the word of God don't work." God's word does work. But who told us to do that? Now, we all read this about the one with the issue of blood. The Bible says she fell within herself. See, that's what the Lord spoke to her spirit. The Bible church to him is God. See, and when she obeyed that unction, we call it, but to Christians, they call that word the unction of the Holy Ghost. There's something on the inside. The word called a hunch. But the Christian folk call it the unction of the Holy Ghost. So we're going to use that term, unction. So she had that unction on the inside, that if she touched the hem of his garment, she'd be made whole. And when she did, what would happen? She was made whole, wasn't she? Now, it's a preacher pointed this out. He said it was a lot of folks touching Jesus. And if y'all ever read that, you should know what he said. It was a lot of folks touching Jesus, but they wasn't being made, they wasn't being healed. And like you said, her was a touch of faith. Why? Because she had that unction that if she do it. Now, we're not going to go into all these scriptures tonight about them different things. This here just to help us get started. Amen. To understand that when we're being led by the Holy Ghost to understand the scripture so that we can be more successful. See, this helps us to be more successful. In other words, I'm going to start me a store. Did God tell me to start that store? Now, listen to me now. That doesn't mean the store ain't going to prosper because God didn't tell you to do it. But sometimes it don't work out. And when it don't work out, we can go back to history and say, well, Lord, I did it, it didn't work out. So, who counsel is we walking in when we do a thing? Pray Lord, when we do a thing. Because sometimes we can do things in our own might and it works out. I have done things in my own might and it worked out. And I have done things in my own might and it didn't work out. But there's nobody done things in God, by God's word and it didn't work out. God said, my word is not going to fail. He said, whatever my word sought out to do, we're going to do. You know what? God's word is going to prosper in whatever he sought out to do. So sometimes we're being led by God and that's going to prosper. Except that they're going to prosper. Why? The hands of God is in there. And sometimes we're doing things and we can ask God, say, Lord, will you bless what I'm doing? And he might go ahead and bless it. I don't know. I can't say he won't and I can't say he will. But the scripture here said what? Let's look at that again. It said blessed is who? The man that don't walk in the counsel of ungodly men, right? So if you're not walking in the counsel, and y'all see a lot of ungodly folks that ain't try to give us some advice. You know, I see many ungodly folks gonna tell me how to preach the gospel. Thank God I'll never listen to him. Because Brother Lakey said a man told him, They didn't give me a chance to preach it. And he told me this Monday. And he gave me a chance to preach today. He said the guy told him, said, ain't no need to be in out there. He said he was a preacher. So he said, ain't no need to be in out there. He said, these folks don't want to be saved. He said, why you be out there for? These folks don't want to be saved. So I got in my little spot yesterday. And God put in my heart that like fishing, a great net, fishing. The apostles, they were fishing. And Peter said, we finna go fishing. And I said this here, I said, hell, you ever seen a fish that want to get caught? Huh? That's right. Have you ever seen a fish that want to get caught? That's why you got to use bait. If you don't bait them in, you'll never get caught. And that's why the folks in the street, they fish, they don't want to get caught. That's why they run away, they don't want to get caught. But you got to bait them in. Huh? Like I told them in the last, see how you bait them in, you get some good music out there. Huh? They didn't come to get saved, they come to hear the music. But they might get saved. You have prayer. Folks, they come, I remember I was in Shaw, boy, we had, it looked like it was a Billy Graham crusade, but them folks wouldn't come to hear the preach, because when I got to preach, back there then, I was unmerciful with my preaching back there then. Pray Lord, I understand why a lot of folks got them walked out, pray Lord. But anyway, boy, we had some good singing. Boy, we on that slab, don't see that slab out there. That slab was full from the front to the back. But when I get up, boy, it wouldn't be left but about 6 folks. But then I go praying for the folks and that thing will fill back up. It'll fill back up, pray Lord. But God will move it. God will move it in that stuff, pray Lord. I tell you, the Lord will move it. Amen. But the folks weren't coming to get saved.